Prop firms. We're going to talk about prop firms. I'm seeing a lot of comments about prop firms. One of them was telling me stop scaring people about prop firms. Just get a 200K account. That's the way to go. A lot of people saying you can flip a small amount of money to a big amount of money with prop firms. I already told you guys this, and I'm going to tell it again. How can I recommend prop firms when I've been scammed by so many of them? I had accounts with my Forex funds. One day, I had two 300K accounts. One day their website went down and they never came back. They scammed everyone, they're gone. Was it their choice? They got shut down for what? For scamming their customers. What were they doing? They were increasing slippage. They were dishonoring payouts. They were doing a number of things to make it hard for you to win, because their incentive is for you to lose, because they're not really doing a profit split. So that should have been my sign to exit, but I kept trading. I was trading with Top Tier Trader. Top Tier Trader is QBank's prop firm. And I didn't hit max daily drawdown. I didn't hit max drawdown. I was in significant drawdown, but I hadn't hit max drawdown. And they closed my account. They told me your account hit max drawdown, it's gone. And I look at it and there's still equity in it. So I emailed them. I'm like, hey, you made a mistake. As you can see, my account has not had max drawdown. They just never responded. So I got scammed by Top Tier Trader. And then later, people were like, well, they're not all going to scam you, so spread out. So that's what I did. At the time, the second biggest firm after my Forex funds and FTMO was the Funded Trader. So I had 200K funded with the Funded Trader, and they shut down because they had liquidity problems. And they're still taking people's money a year later and sending emails about how they're going to send me my account soon. What? I also got scammed by a Skilled Funded Trader. I had a 200K account with them. At the same time, they also went under and they have not come back. I also got scammed by True Forex Funds. I had a 200K account with them and they went down and they've never come back. I was also funded, the biggest scammer was Bespoke Funding. I had two 400K funded accounts with them. And I have still pending an $8.5 thousand payout pending that they just never sent and stopped responding and never gave me my new accounts. So I counted 6 prop firms that have scammed me in a major way, not to mention the ones that scammed me in minor ways, like charging absurd, unusually high swap fees, slippage, cranking up commission, and so on. So I am here to scare you. Like, you should be afraid of getting scammed. It's true, FTMO seems decent, but I'm going to talk about certain problems with these. The problem is we're in an unregulated industry, which an industry is basically a Ponzi scheme. Since they're not A-booking traders, which is actually sending your trades to market, if traders make too much money, they go out of business. They only make money from people losing. So the incentive for them is to fail as many traders as possible and deny as many payouts as possible, and that's what we see happen. They'll also do things to stall and slow down the process. Delay payouts. By the way, welcome, and if you don't know me, my name's Trav, and I trade and invest. I live here on the island of Oahu, and on the Hawaiian Islands. And I'm here to tell you what happened to me, and also, I knew all this going in, and I decided to risk it. And I got some payouts. I withdrew like over $30,000 from True Forex Funds before I got scammed on all this. But their incentive is to fail traders. Their incentive is to fail you. That is their incentive, is to fail you. And what ends up happening is in theory, you can scale up a small account to a big account, but it's the big payouts that they're more likely to deny, to find fault with. So you work your way up, and you get your $500 payout, and you get your $1,000 payout, and when it's time for your $25,000 payout, it's going to get denied. They can be selective. Sometimes they're more likely to pay out certain influencers. Those influencers will market in exchange. It's almost like a strong arm, like, hey, we're not going to pay you out unless you say something. So I'm really not a fan of prop firms. Now, also what I don't like about prop firms is that in order to make their traders unprofitable, they take a lot of different rules that to prevent you from trading good trading systems. So you can still have edge, but it's way harder. So for instance, a lot of them have different news trading rules where you can't make money. Like if there's a news trade, if you hit TP because of a news trade, they revoke the trade. When it's like, there's no fucking rule about that in my real live funded account ever. It doesn't matter. They'll never say, hey, actually, we're going to waive that off. That will never happen when you trade personal account. The accounts that fail you over a trailing drawdown is absurd. Trailing drawdown doesn't matter. Like, if you, in your real account, if you're up 100% and then you're down 50% and then you're back up, I mean, even if you're like, you have your money, say you're trading your personal account, say it's $10,000, and you made 1,000 and then you lost 1,000, and you're at 10,000 and you still have your 10,000. Some of these firms may have failed you because of the trailing drawdown. That will never happen in your personal account. Those are rules. I mentioned the swaps are absurd. Like when you're in crypto, a lot of the time if you're short, you're actually going to collect a yield. You're going to get paid. But the prop firms have you paying a high swap on both sides of the trade, which will never happen trading personal. There's also the max daily drawdown, which if you're trading personal and your account is up unrealized profit and the same day comes back down realized profit and you're in profit, who cares? It doesn't matter. But with prop, you lose your whole account over it. That will never happen trading personal. There's many such examples and many such rules where they will take your account away when trading your regular personal account, nothing happens. So in order to trade prop, you have to jump through a lot of different hoops, and a lot of those hoops are things that make your trading unprofitable. So for instance, I've been able to, fortunately with the help of other people, backtest a lot of trading ideas using computer systems over the past year. And one thing that I found is choking your trades off by advancing your stop aggressively generally reduces profitability. It's better to trail your stop wide and wait for a clear exit. But a lot of the time you cannot do that in trading prop because you risk losing everything to max daily drawdown. And you say, well, don't risk very small. That is true, you could risk very small, but if you're risking very small, why trade prop? The point of prop is the leverage it gives you. You could just trade personal for the same size. There's also the time frames. You need to make 8%, 10% in 30 days. In real trading, you don't have a profit objective or profit directive. It doesn't matter. You don't know if it's going to be a winning month or a losing month, and that's okay. Some of the best trading systems are 50-50 for winning or losing months, actually. So in order to jump through all these hoops, it teaches you a lot of bad habits: to watch your trades closer, to take profit much quicker, advance your stop much faster, to pay attention to all these news reports. It forces you to to look at things a lot closer. So even if you end up getting the payouts from prop and they don't scam you, and one day they're just going to shut down probably anyways, it teaches you bad habits. It ingrains bad habits. So if you're like, well, I'm just going to start with prop to build my capital base, you're going to start by learning bad habits. You're going to start by ingraining and training bad habits. So I cannot recommend prop. I've been scammed by so many of them. And I'm talking scam as when I gave them my money and they shut down, took my accounts. And I know there's others I've been scammed by that I didn't mention, like Funded Engineer, E8. In my opinion, even FTMO is scamming me for the reason of the swap fees that I talked about. But even if you get past the scamming, there's these absurd rules, which, again, yes, you can have edge to beat them, but it reduces your overall edge of your trading system. So now you're building trading systems for artificial constraints that would never affect you when trading personal live, and it's going to lead you to inferior trading systems and bad habits. Prop's cooked, man. Don't trade prop. And if you don't have enough money to trade personal, start a different business. Start a YouTube channel, start an e-commerce, start an agency, or just pick up more hours at your job. Start an in-person tourism business. There's all kinds of things you can do that are going to pay you more than poverty wages, and they're not going to risk losing everything. Or at least, if you lose everything, you have some fun along the way, instead of just sit there stressing over the computer. Not a fan, man. I can't recommend. I do want to scare people because you have to have some fear about your money. That's how you avoid scams, is fear. Skepticism and fear. And those of you guys who are skeptical of my trading system, great, I'm happy. I'll win you over in time, perhaps. But I have people who bought my system and then they're immediately scammed by someone on Discord pretending to be me because they don't have enough skepticism. Skepticism and fear will protect you in this industry. When people are trying to take your money every which way on false claims, false promises. It is what it is. Don't trade prop. Yeah. They sell you a false dream, this idea that you can take a small amount of capital and, oh, you have a 200K account. $1,000 to trade 200K? No, you will get a lot of leverage. Here's the thing. Okay, so you have $1,000. Well, first of all, your 200K account is only $20,000. It's not 200 because your drawdown is 20. You get a lot of leverage, but you have plenty of leverage anyways. So let's be real. So you're spending like $1,500 for a chance at a $20,000 drawdown, but it's not actually $20,000 because you split 20% of them. So it's 80% of that is 16. So you can 10x. You're paying about what, $1,400 for 16,000. So you're looking at a 10x. In order to do that, though, you need to. Okay, that's not even accurate because you don't even have 16,000. You have potential return on 16,000, so you still have nothing. But you need to, and look, you don't even have the leverage you think you have because of the daily drawdown, so you can't even risk as much as you think. Look, I'm doing the math in my head here. To pass a challenge, say it's a 10% profit objective with 10% drawdown, you have $20,000, you need to make $20,000. You need to flip 100% twice in a row for a chance to use 16K. So in order to do this, you would have doubled your 14 to 28 and then doubled it again to about 6,000. But if you're trading personal, you have fair commission, fair swaps, and also you don't have all these rules. And then also, you could go through all this and you have your 16K, whatever, you make your payout, and you never get paid out because they deny it, or midway during the process, because it can take so long if you're patient, the company goes out of business. It just doesn't work, man. So I just say save up some real money. Make sure your income, your reward, your income is greater than your expenses. Because also the idea of someone said, like, I just want to make 2K a month. Is that realistic? I think that's realistic and doable. And I'm saying it's not realistic and doable to make 2K a month trading. That's not how trading works. Trading isn't consistent. If you want income from trading, you're always going to be withdrawing your profits, which means when drawdown comes, you're going to lose your account. If you really want to be successful in growing a portfolio, you have to think about being able to add to it, not withdraw from it. If you want $2,000 consistently, is that doable? Yes, it is. I'll tell you what you need. You need to take $2 million and you put it in a high interest savings and you make 4% a month. Sorry, you make 4% a year, which is, let's say 1% of 2 million is 20,000, right? So 4% is 80,000, and divided by 50, you make about 2K a month consistently. All you need is $2 million in capital. The idea that you can do it from a small amount of money is misleading at best. So I'm here to try to unveil the truth and tell the truth. This game is, I mean, people tell stories. Yes, you can make a lot of money, but you also see people make a lot of money in slot machines. Someone has to win the lottery. Someone's going to win the lottery in trading. Are you here to gamble? Yes, you're probably here to gamble. Most people here are here to gamble and they're not honest about it. And I know that, again, because I told people, hey, you have an awesome system. Would you rather trade it manually or have a bot trade it for you? People would say, I'd rather trade it manually. Why? You're just introducing more work. Oh, because you like to gamble. It's fun to put on the trades. That's why you're here. It's not to make money. Otherwise, you would just run it automated in the background and go do other stuff with your life. Right? So, appreciate y'all. Much love. And having a little fear is good. Do not bother with prop. Don't even start prop. It's going to lead to getting scammed in the end, and throughout the entire process. It's going to cause you to develop inferior trading systems and ingrained poor trading habits. I would go back and not do it, but it's all good. It's all good. Happy where I am now. Appreciate y'all. Much love. Peace.